There was a case in one of the states in the north. The woman was married at the age of 12, not even Nigerian, got into Nigeria. And I think after having 2 or 3 kids, one day she just sent her children to a family friend's house and set the house ablaze with herself inside. Because marriage to a child isolates the child.
Welcome to Unfiltered, where we say it as it is. I'm Emanuela Okechukwu. Across Nigeria, underage girls are being forced into marriage. These girls are between the ages of 9 to 17. Today on the show, we are discussing why child marriage still happens in Nigeria, despite existing laws and awareness campaigns. Joining this conversation is Ms. Do Abadu Adu, with over 12 years experience in bridging sustainability with social development initiatives. She was the program manager of the Esteem Hub Foundation on ASEL Africa project, funded by the International Labour Organization. And she has worked extensively on eliminating child support in supply chain across Niger states. Her work has directly addressed root causes of early marriage through economic empowerment and educational initiatives for vulnerable youths and their families. You're welcome to the show, Ms. Do.
Thank you very much, Manuela.
Now, child marriage is, it's no news. It's something we've been hearing often and on, and it's being frowned upon. We know that. But the big question is, why is this still a thing in Nigeria? Despite the laws, all the laws and the campaigns against it?
I say when budget tightens, daughters become economic assets.
Wow.
Many times you see families that are struggling. They either send their daughters to hawk, they expose these children to start looking for money for the family. And sometimes it translates from hawking to prostituting, even to marriage. So they would want to get bride price for the child. If I give this child away, at least I can get some money.
So in essence, they're being sold out. That's what it means.
Using the harsh word, yes. They're being sold out because you're denying this child her rights to be a child. The right of every child is to be allowed to be a child. And one of the rights of a child is to education, growth, and development. And so you're denying this child
these
her
things.
rights. Yeah.
So you're saying the parents are exactly to be blamed, or is it culture, or is it poverty? Who exactly is to be blamed?
So we have poverty. That's the culprit. That's who they point the fingers to, poverty. We don't have. If we have, we'll do different. And then there are culture, and sometimes embedded in religion. Some people say it's culturally, their culture is allowed for a child to get married. But I usually say, if we cannot allow a child or allow a girl to vote until she's 18,
Sure.
why do we then introduce her into wife and motherhood at the age of 12? So is it more matured for you to vote than for you to be a wife and raise a child?
So are they even given a choice about these things?
Because of my work, many of the times the girls don't want it. Some of them have been programmed into seeing that they say when abuse is very often abnormal becomes normal. So they've been programmed from a young age. You're going to get married. Oh, you get married. Some of them from the age of 3, they haven't betrothed to someone, and so they're even looking towards or looking forward to it. But it's not. They are not doing it from a place of maturity. Yes. So many times they don't want it, but they don't want to disobey their parents, or they don't even have a choice. If they don't do it, where would they go to? So their parents may threaten them, I'll chase you out of the house, I'll disown you. And the girl is thinking, it's better she gets married and be safe in the hands or in the house of a man than to be on the streets struggling.
Well, are these parents even aware of how this thing affects these children?
It leads to a circle of poverty in many cases. So when I was on my way here, I was discussing with my friend, and they said, when you say child marriage increases poverty in the economy, but some rich homes also give out their children out early, I said, the percentage is very slim. Sometimes, even if they give out their children, if it's someone that's interested in education, I've seen cases of a girl being married, but her father is still paying her school fees. The man will still insist that this girl goes to school and maybe even finishes university. And so she may be married because to him it is early preservation, but in her husband's house, she still gets to go to school. Sometimes the parents maybe they want to even fund the education, or even the husband and the family of the husband.
So the child's growth is not neglected?
It's not neglected. The child gets to go to school. When we're pushing for children to go to school is because the economy is not what it used to be. Women who are empowered are able to raise empowered children.
Yeah.
Imagine a girl of 12 who is still trying to even know herself. Imagine when we were teenagers at the age of 12, how much did we know? Then imagine us trading, friendship, play, running around, socializing with our friends, to being a wife first. People just feel that, oh, it ends on the wedding day. It's a beginning of a new life journey all together. Adulthood. And there are many cases of them going through serious traumatic incidents. There was a case in one of the states in the north. The woman was married at the age of 12, not even Nigerian, got into Nigeria, paid her parents very heavy bride price. And I think after having 2 or 3 kids, one day she just sent her children to, grateful she did that. Not that what she did was good, but grateful that she didn't get them involved. Sent them to a family friend's house and set the house ablaze with herself inside. Because marriage to a child isolates the child. The child loses her friends.
And imagine what marriage is. Marriage is a whole world on its own.
A whole world is the word. Then having her deal with it. At that age, what can she discuss with her friends? And I've seen cases that the man secludes her, removes her from her friends. She can't even hold that kind of conversations with her friends. What's she telling them?
Her friends are there choosing a better life
going
for themselves. On this, is there any blame to be given to the government? Is the government so much silent on this that it's still happening?
Nigeria loses every year 7.6 billion naira to child marriage, according to the World Bank. Wow. Yes, because that's a whole large number of workforce that you're taking. It's not just the workforce. You're increasing the burden on healthcare, because we know that girls under the age of 15 are 5 times more prone to dying during childbirth. They are 5 times more prone to complications. So we're losing workforce, we're losing economic power. When a girl goes to school, she gets a good job, or she's able to empower herself, empower her family, empower her economy, empower her community. You're taking this opportunity from the country. So it's beyond the child. We tell parents, this child is your child, but she's a Nigerian. And she's also, the government is supposed to still protect her, right? And everything that happens to this child has a lasting effect on not just her community, on herself, on her family, but the nation at large.
So why is the government not doing so much?
I usually say that the laws in many countries, let me state with Nigeria, it's like an umbrella with holes. It protects certain people, and then some are exposed.
And leaves out some.
In the south states, in the southern part of Nigeria, 1 to 2 girls out of 10 can get married as a child. But in the north, it is 8 to 10, among 10 girls, 8 may be married before they are 15 or 17 or even 18. So you see, the law is protecting this side, but on the other side, we have a divide of culture, of religion, and they back it up with religion and culture. See, it's been happening, that's happened, forgetting that times have changed.
Sure. All right, is there a step to how this thing can be curtailed? Like, what do you think is a step that we can take, the society, because we are all involved in it, we can take to make this stop, possibly?
We're doing one of it now, awareness. We keep speaking about it. It's, for those of us working in the north, it's sometimes very dangerous, but we keep speaking about it, pushing for more girls to go to school, pushing for more girls to be empowered. even if not just going to school, they should have skills. One of the years, okay, because we run the mentoring club in several schools in the north. The club is all about climate change, climate justice, and self-esteem or emotional intelligence. And we had a case of a girl who was necessarily very brilliant girl. It still sticks to mind. Very brilliant girl, science student for the matter.
Wow.
And her friends started calling her Amaria. Amaria. I was like, "What's Amaria about?" And they said she was getting married in 2 weeks. And she was just putting up in front. And one day in our mentoring sessions, I asked her, "Is it something you want to do?" She said no. And she broke down to cry. Her friends came around her, and then we created a community for a safe space. They say we may not be able to stop. We'll do all our best to stop your parents, but if we cannot, just know that you're not going to this alone. You have a community of young girls who will be here to hold you and then good. It's difficult on the girl. It's difficult on the girl.
So there is no permanent solution to this?
There's a solution. Provide skills. From the mentoring sessions we've held in schools, many of our girls didn't get married. I think those of them that got married before school before they graduated, were maybe 2 or 3. Some of them went to university. Some of them just graduated this year. Very good grades. Some of them who put into learning skill. When a girl starts making money of her own, it gives her a certain level of power. She starts making decisions. And she can tell her father that, is it money you want? Allow me a space of time to work. I'll be able to provide help to this family.
And it's happening so much now, because most girls, even in the university, you see people working and supporting themselves.
Not just themselves, their siblings.
The families.
Some of them even have their siblings in school. So I think that is what is now reducing it for us. When parents can believe that their children can give, but the patience sometimes to wait for this child to get to the age to start providing sometimes is very slim. So advocacy, education, empowerment, enforcement. Enforcement is very key. We've rescued several girls in Niger State with the help of the Child Rights Agency. No, we have the Child Rights Agency. And so it's able to rescue girls, keep them in shelter till they're 18, then they get married. Sometimes talk to the families, coerce them, convince them, beg them, do everything they can do to be able to make it happen. So education, enforcement, advocacy.
So is there any particular advice you can give to the parents, especially the people who believe that because time is changing, children are getting more mature than they used to be? You know, a child of 15 years can talk like a 20-something-year-old person. So is there any advice you can give to parents with this mindset, thinking that, oh, because this lady or this girl have this level of broad understanding about their society, they can survive anywhere? So what advice can you give to them?
When we marry girls young, we don't just change one life, we change a whole generation. It leads to a circle of abuse, a circle of poverty, because the girl is raising a child when she's not empowered. What beliefs is she instilling in these children? They see their mom struggling, don't know so much. There can be a flip side of it. Sometimes the children can decide I would never go through what my mom is going through. I will go to school, because we've seen cases of girls who were married out as kids. Their children, or women now at the time, their children would choose not to go through what their parents have, what their mom has gone through. It has led to increase in divorce. So parents should not just think of the immediate gain and ignore the life of this child. Some of them have lost their children. So you're marrying her out, getting peanuts as bride price, and then the girl does not last 3 years in the marriage, she dies at childbirth. What's the benefit of that? Or enduring with this child, making her economically empowered, educationally empowered, and she has a lifetime of providing for you and the rest of the family. So they should choose immediate gain or a lifetime gain.
Thank you, Ms. Doe, for this insight. It was a wonderful one. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. Like, comment, and share. I'm Emanuela Okechukwu, and this is Unfiltered. Bye for now.